It's MTCS Cougar Quarter. Fueled by the Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Quarter. Fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro. On FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro. FM 100.5 Smyrna and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
And welcome back to the Prentice Alsop Heating and Air Coaches Corner. John Dingens back with you. This portion of the show brought to you by Little Caesars Pizza with 4 Murfreesboro locations: Memorial Boulevard, Warrior Drive, South Rutherford Boulevard, and Old Fort Parkway. Get hot and ready pizza from Little Caesars Pizza. And joining me here on the program is Chad Leeman, the head coach of the Eagleville Lady Eagles softball team. And Chad, how are you?
Doing great this morning.
I know it's a long drive.
It is.
From where you go to get up here.
Get Uber in, it costs too much.
You have multiple jobs. Before we talk about the softball, you have multiple things. I don't know if jobs or appointments or whatever, but you're the driver's ed teacher.
Correct.
And you also the head coach of the middle school.
Yes. Correct.
Softball, which we'll mention a little bit, and then head coach of the high school.
Correct.
What happened? How did that happen?
I don't know, but I tell you, I'm truly blessed to have great people around me because I couldn't do it without them. I mean, it's just been, I got amazing assistant coaches, the faculty that helps out, works our games and everything to make sure everything's running smoothly and everything else. It's not me. It's all of them that keep it running and everything else.
It's like an epidemic out there in softball, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, there are so many girls that want to go out and participate. They love it, and parents are really into it. I know they pay a lot of money to get them in travel ball and all this kind of thing. I know as we talk about high school a little bit, you're going to have some kids I know you're going to miss because you've had them since
7th grade.
Yes. And
some of them, I had a couple of them since 5th grade.
Wow. And you're at a unique opportunity because you did middle school before you did high school. I think you were an assistant at high school for a while too.
I was a head high school coach, then stepped down and was going to help with going to do middle school. And then I wound up helping with high school too and was the head middle school coach. And then I wound up doing both about 2 years ago.
Wow. Okay. I want to talk about some girls here. Okay. Let's start with Brinley.
Yeah.
Brinley Bain. She's signed.
Correct. Arkansas.
Yeah. And not only is she a great softball player, she's a great athlete.
Oh, great athlete, great person.
Yeah.
Just knows the student of the game, just knows everything about it. She'll keep you on your toes. She can see things, come and tell you about it. But just overall, she's just a great person.
You know how I can tell what kind of person she is? I walked up to her after a basketball game. She'd hurt her ankle, and she'd been out for 4 or 5 games. And I asked her, when are you coming back? She said, I don't know yet. The doctor's cleared me, but I'm going to wait about another week before I get back. She didn't have to come back.
No,
I mean,
She didn't. And that's the kind of competitor she is.
Yeah.
She ain't going down like that. She's going to fight until the end, and she's just a great competitor and a great person.
I'm going to miss a few names, so you're going to have to help me. Yeah. But you've got Linton coming back, and hopefully injury-free.
Yes,
this year.
Hoping for.
Yeah.
Addie was hurt last year a little bit, but I'm going to tell you the thing about Addie that I love the most about her is that she was injured, but she didn't miss a single game. She came out. She supported her team. She didn't have to do that. There's a lot of people that get that. She's going to sign with Ole Miss, and she signed with Ole Miss, and and there's a lot of them that would say, "Hey, look, I'm done. I've got my road. I'm going on." She loves high school ball. She absolutely loves it. She's a competitor. She's she's just one of those people that walk down the hallway and just kind of make you smile too. And she's just a great role model for all the other kids, just like Brinley. I mean, them two together is just unbelievable.
Well, I know you're loaded with pitching. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I know you're loaded. Come on. But catcher, is it Riley or Britton?
Yeah. Had her since about the 5th grade as well. Riley's one of those that have came up through the ranks. She's a good competitor. She's hard-nosed. She doesn't like to make mistakes. So she's going to do what she can behind the plate. She has the hard job of going from Addie to somebody else, and it's just different pitching, and she's got to pick up on all the pitching. And it's a hard job back there. It's not one that everybody sees when you may make a mistake, but you don't know if she made the mistake or if it was pitched wrong or whatever. But she always tries to make the pitcher right. Always tries to do what she's supposed to do.
And it's not just like you're playing one game a week.
No.
This is like a Major League Baseball schedule.
It is. and it's stiff competition all week.
And Brinley caught two a couple of years ago,
yeah,
right?
She still will catch
yeah,
too.
and she's the shortstop.
Correct.
Okay.
She's a shortstop.
All right, we're going to go around the horn and see how well you know your team. Okay,
Right.
how's that? All right, first base.
First base has been either Addie or Kara Grimes. So we've had either one of them right there. So it's been one of those that we can switch in and out. If Addie's pitching, we can move some stuff around or do something like that.
The versatility is really nice to have in it. I mean that they can do that,
especially with what we got and going on.
All right, at second base.
Second base has been Ellie, and sometimes you'll see Addie out there at second base.
Okay, yeah.
Ellie Wynn. She's came through and pitched for us some in the preseason. Got us through some areas that we needed to get through. She's a heck of a ball player. Just a freshman. And she's done a heck of a job there at Sackett. Last night we played, and she's knocked in our winning run to win the ball game in the bottom of the seventh. So she does a great job.
Third base.
Third base is Presley Garner, and she does a great job at third. She's a senior as well. I didn't pick her up to her freshman year. She came her freshman year, but she's a hard worker, very hard worker. Stays after, hits extra, does everything extra. And just one of those that the girls can look at and say, hey, she's working hard. So real proud of her.
I know you probably move a little bit of the outfielders around, but tell me who you got.
Last night we had an outfield, Madison Claire Kendrick. She's came a long way. She's doing real good, real fast, can track the ball real well. We have Presley Knowles that's in center field last night. She's quick, real fast, great volleyball player as well. So she's coming, helps her kind of track the ball as far as being volleyball as well. And then in right last night we had Kate Darnell. She's a sophomore and did a great job. So our outfield is all sophomore right now.
Yeah, that's pretty nice to have. It's a good mixture, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've got a freshman or a sophomore. Which one is Davenport now? I don't.
Davenport is a sophomore.
Okay.
It's hard to know what grade she's in.
Yeah.
Pitched in the state tournament.
Yeah.
State championship game as an eighth grader.
Yeah.
And so
isn't that amazing?
It is amazing. Nerves of steel. I told him, she's one of those that's going to be very special. And I think she's going to be one of those you want to watch grow up and come through. And if I can get her believing, she's going to be okay.
And you're gonna have 2 more years of her
right
after
correct
Addie's gone, right? And I know Linton's played center field some too.
Addie's playing some center field. Addie's one of those versatile players that you could probably play about anywhere.
Bane could play anywhere.
But Bane could play, and she'll pitch sometimes too. If you don't pitch it. Yeah, she'll try to slip out there and pitch on you.
It's just an amazing thing to watch. Your all's records have been great, and you've made how many appearances now in the state tournament? You've won one.
Last year was the first year we didn't make it in 4 years.
Yeah.
And in the finals. We've been in the finals.
You had some injuries a little bit there too, didn't you?
Addie was out last year at the end of last year. And that group, this senior group, when as eighth graders took the team as the first year we didn't ever make it out of the district tournament, and they took us to state their eighth grade year.
What's amazing too, it's not an easy road to the state tournament. You got to play some horses, don't you? I mean, on the way through there.
Yeah, so it's and that back in that time, it was when Danley was at Huntland, who signed at Florida State. So it hit our district. So our district had one of the hardest 1As in the state. So
I think you told me you had 42 go out this year for
last year. I had 42 middle school girls show up for trials.
Well, let's talk about middle school just a little bit. I know that you had 8th grade night just the other night, but that's 15 8th graders. That's a lot to lose, but they've been a pleasure to watch, and they're going to help next year too.
Yeah, they'll help a little bit next year too, and as far as they go on, and I think it kind of works out where people they can grow in the program and just kind of grow up and kind of come through the program. And I want to tell you, Coach Bain has done an extremely great job of making sure all the kids are, like if middle school comes over and practices, we're trying to make sure we have a program, not just a middle school, high school. We're trying to build a program. So
how much, Chad? We're talking to Chad Leeman, the head coach of the Eagleville Eagles softball, middle school and high school. How much does it help you to have them as middle schoolers and be that involved with them? It's bound to be tremendous.
It's great, and as a coach, you get to see them grow. You get to see them. They may not be as good as they were in the 6th grade, but you get to see them grow all the way from 6th to 12th grade, and just to watch them grow and watch them develop is just one of those things that you can't put a price on.
Yeah, it's just an amazing thing. I know you probably got some kids. Let's talk a little bit about the middle school. They've got 3 games left?
I think we got about 4 or 5. We still got 4 or 5 games left in the tournament, so we got a tournament left to go to.
So how are you? are you getting help to where you go to a high school game?
Yeah. So
does Coach Bain do that, or
Coach Bain will do the high school games right now while I'm at middle school, and then we have Coach Ellis and Coach Witt, and the sleeper of the group is Coach Warburton. She does all the paperwork, make sure we're where we're supposed to be.
that's probably the most important job?
Most important job that we have. And then on middle school, we have Coach Crabtree helps me out on the field and everything. And of course, Coach Jackson, she does the paperwork, make sure. Now, she's had me for so long. She's had me in high school and middle school and knows that, when I'm messing up, she can send me a text and say, hey, look, you forgot to send this out. So that's how that's how I make it through things, is those two ladies take great care of me and make sure that, hey, I'm not messing up. I'm not supposed to be at high school. I'm not supposed to be at middle school. They all take good care of me. So I can't, like I said, I'm truly blessed to have the people around me that make it.
Coach Jackson is the person that gets me through life. Okay, I do exactly what she says. That's great, and I love Miss Warburton too. It's just a lot of fun though, isn't it? Really,
and they want no credit whatsoever.
Yeah,
and none of the assistant coaches want any credit, and they don't understand how much they do for the program, and they are the reason that we are where we are today. It ain't me, it ain't nobody else. It's them that's done it, and I'm just in the front of the ship right now, just riding along, and they do it all.
I think every year now the goal, I guess, is to win a state.
Oh,
I mean,
that's the crazy part is I tell the girls is that that the goal is not to get to state, the goal is to win state. It's not.
Yeah,
we've been there, done that. Now we got to win it.
Yeah.
So last year was a wake up call for us. We kind of got shocked a little bit, got beat, and I think it was kind of a wake up. And you could tell, hey, these seniors came back and said, hey, we don't want that feeling again. We're going to try everything we can to get to where we need to be.
Do you see middle schoolers? Do you have some middle schoolers you think we're going to help your high school next year?
I do. I think we always, it always helps. They've been playing, can move up and help in different roles. Even if it's running bases, if it's doing something, they understand that they want to help. And the high school girls do a great job of bringing them up and kind of mentoring them and taking care of them and, and doing what they're supposed to.
I do notice, before I let you go, I do notice about them, when you have eighth graders come up or you've got freshmen, there's no distinguishing between the two. I mean, they just really accept them, don't they? All the girls. I mean,
and last night we moved up a pitcher, eighth grade pitcher. She played last night, and she's going to start doing high school, JB Ray, and she came in, and you would have never known that she was new out there, pitched some. Our seniors, our underclassmen, all took her in under the wing and said, "Hey, let's go." She was smiling in the dugout, and that's the great thing. And I will say, talking about Addie earlier about how she was injured and still kept the dugout going. Ashton Walker's hurt. We lost her in basketball. She got hurt. Hey, she was in the dugout last night, cheering everybody on, making sure everybody is going to getting foul balls with a knee brace on. But that comes back from where Addie kind of set that example of, hey, just because you're injured doesn't mean you got to give it up.
Right.
You can still be that role model.
I meant to mention Ashton. She's a bulldog. I mean, she's
unbelievable.
Yeah.
She keeps looking at me like she's going to be back before the end of the year.
I know.
Like you've had ACL surgery.
Yeah.
Just don't rush things. You're just a sophomore.
I got another one that does that too in my household. But anyway, I guess what we'll do, I think we're going to probably cover a couple of games. One quick question. Your schedule, you haven't backed off from anybody. I mean, you want the competition.
Correct. In middle school or high school, we always want to play.
I think Oakland's in the forecast and Stewart's Creek.
Yeah,
they're really good.
Yeah, Oakland, Stewart's Creek, and Smyrna are this week.
Yeah, they don't want to play you either.
But and we have middle school playing Stewart's Creek this week. We have, and it's just we like to play stiff competition. We like to play up and like to play. It just makes us better,
And it's not like football. I mean, we're physically, or the numbers cause a problem, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It was a little bit different ball game than what we used to. But I love that the girls are going to step up and challenge. They don't care. They want to go out and play softball, and whoever you put out there, they want the best competition they could possibly play.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to try to catch out there, and we've got you slated. I don't know if we're going to be this week. I think we might be at Smyrna, but I don't know for sure. But we're going to try to get out there for that one. Chad, it's always a pleasure. Tell me. I go out to Eagleville every day, and I see something different, something building, something. So in the city, it's growing in it. Mayor, let's talk about Mayor here a minute.
Yes, sir, it is. We're trying to do a control growth, of course. Nothing.
Yes,
Big,
yeah.
and just kind of let it come on and just kind of take it. But our city council and our employees do a great job of making sure everything is done right, planning commission, all that stuff. So it's a team effort out there, and it kind of rolls over from our teachers to our coaches to the it's all just a big team out there, and we try to keep it going and all keep each other afloat.
I'm hoping you can find a house for me out there because as much as I go bringing stuff to the grandkids over there.
My son will be a senior next year. He'll be moving out after next year, so I may have a room for you.
Okay. Hey, it works for me. I've got that. That's a good situation. Chad, appreciate it always, and good luck this year, and we'll be talking to you soon.
All right. Thanks, sir. Appreciate
That's Chad Leeman, the mayor of Eagleville, but also the head softball coach and middle school coach. It's an amazing job he does. This portion of the show is brought to you by JHA Company, Josh Houston and Associates, jewelry, letter jackets, yearbooks, graduation products, and more. Online at jhacompany.com. We'll be back.
Are you tired of feeling like just another